Hey everybody, this is Perch. There's a new comic coming out from Marvel, and to be honest, it looks pretty good to me. It's a mini series, and I believe it's a 5-issue mini series, which is to me always a little clumsy, but that's okay. We'll roll with it. There's another mini series coming out, which really is taking the hey Marvel, if you want to make money, just stick Rogue in the Savage Land torn up costume and run with it. Tim Seeley is doing that one. This is a limited series of what they're calling Rogue's Brat Girl Summer, which is a term that just should go away at some point. This is a comic that takes place between Uncanny X-Men 269 275. Again, Tim Seeley doing this one. It's basically Rogue in the Savage Land having a little fling with Magneto and hanging out with her costume falling up, which again, it's perfectly fine. Let's go with it. But I'm less excited about that one, even though I'm an X-Men fan. But this one, the premise seems really good. So basically, and I'll read you the the description here. It says, spinning out the pages of Incredible Hulk, which Phillip Kennedy Johnson is also doing, another Ghost Rider variant. I don't like that. It's not a Ghost Rider variant. It's a Ghost Rider. But anyway, another Ghost Rider variant's taking center stage as Marvel announces Hellhunters, a 5-issue limited series telling the origin story of Ghost Rider 44. Hellhunters flashes back to World War II to tell the story of Sergeant Sal Romero, who becomes the spirit of vengeance to help his squad. The eponymous Hellhunters take on a Nazi who has become possessed by demonic forces. Written by Ghost Rider 44's co-creator Phillip Kennedy Johnson, Hellhunters is drawn by artist Adam Gorham, and will bring World War II-era guest stars such as Wolverine, Nick Fury, Peggy Carter, Bucky Barnes, and even Soldier Supreme in this series. So a little bit more about it, and we'll go into it. But before I read this real quick, if you're following along on YouTube and on Twitter, we've got people upset about this comic for it being quote-unquote propaganda, and here we go, having Nazis get killed again. Now, listen, I am definitely sympathetic because to me, the words matter a little bit. So for 2024, and you're calling basically anybody who votes a particular way a Nazi, that's not a Nazi. You may not like their voting record. You may not like what they say on YouTube. If they dislike, Rose Tiku in Star Wars The Last Jedi, that doesn't make the person a Nazi. A Nazi actually has a meaning. And that meaning is kind of what this comic is set in, which is 1944. It would, if this comic was about Ghost Rider and Wolverine and the Winter Soldier teaming up to go attack Republicans at a Trump rally and they were calling them Nazis, okay, but they're literally in World War II. The comic is set in 1944 when there were Nazis who were doing Nazi things, who are actual Nazis. Like that, this was doing what it claims to do. Anyway, so some people are upset about that, and I don't. I like, guys. What the hell's wrong? Like this is not something to be upset with. Seriously, it is World War II. There were Nazis in World War II. If you are sympathetic and we're into the Nazis during World War II, okay, you got to beef with this comic, I guess, but I don't know. That doesn't seem like a smart play for you. Anyway, putting all that aside, I think this comic looks awesome. So here's more of the description here. The art looks really good too. It says 1944, as a U.S. Sergeant, Sal Romero is parachuting into Nazi-occupied Europe, because it's the 40s and it's World War II. Young Nazi officer Felix Bruckner becomes a host for unspeakable evil, as they do. In the aftermath of their violent meeting, Romero is reborn as Ghost Rider 44, which, I mean, you could call it a variant, but it's not. This is, the spirit of the Ghost Rider goes into people. We know this, and it's been established in Marvel for years and years, so we're learning about the one during the 40s. Cool. It says, Romero's reborn as Ghost Rider 44, who sets out not only to take revenge on Bruckner and the Nazis, but to save mankind from annihilation. It says Ghost Rider variants and spinoffs are popular right now. Who's writing this article? Is it? It's George Marston. I should have guessed. Anyway, with the upcoming Wolverine ongoing title, bringing back Wolverine's dead son, Akihiro is a spirit of vengeance. Now with Ghost Rider 44 taking the lead in Hellhunters, spirits of vengeance are becoming a hot commodity at the House of Ideas. Goddamn. Okay. I hate reading this. All right, well, back to the actual quotes of people I do respect and like. Phillip Kennedy Johnson says, Ghost Rider 44 is definitely my favorite guest star that's appeared in our Incredible Hulk series so far. I had a fully realized origin story for Sergeant Sal Romero in my head before my partner Nick Klein brought him to life with his art, and the character turned out so unbelievably cool and fun, we knew War Devil arc wouldn't be his last appearance. Now, with fan response being as overwhelming as it has, superstar artist Adam Gorham and I are giving Marvel fans the origin of Ghost Rider 44, the forgotten story of the toughest, bloodiest, scariest, most badass squad of Nazi killers to come out of World War II, the Hellhunters. Hellhunters is shaping up to be a dream book for me, says artist Adam Gorham. Phillip Kennedy Johnson's scripts blend horror, superheroics, and two-fisted pulp into one gritty adventure. On this title, I am pushing myself harder than ever to deliver visceral and gruesome action I hope leaves readers blown away and wanting more. Goes on sale December 15th. And again, to me, like this title looks pretty damn good. I like the idea. I mean, to me, there's been a lot of bad attempts in this area where you go back and kind of retcon the past or you do other things. But this one, I think, fits quite nice. You get Bucky, you get Wolverine, you get this new Ghost Rider, you get Nick Fury running around. That's pretty damn good. I'm on board. That just sounds pretty cool to me. It's set in this time period. We're gonna revisit Ghost Rider. Yes, we're killing Nazis because in World War II that's what you did, and it looks fun. In general, and we've interviewed him here now twice. Phillip Kennedy Johnson, first of all, if you met him at a con, this is one of the biggest class acts of a person I've seen. Again, extremely nice. Will sign things pretty tirelessly. Talk to fans. Very cheerful to be with. Just one of those gentlemen you get in comics that you want to buy things from because he's a cool guy. Got to hang out a little bit with Phillip at Sean Murphy's kind of after party there, and that was a good time as well. Just a person you want to get to know. This feels like a book right in his wheelhouse. Based on some of the military background he has, but also what he's doing. The Incredible Hulk is selling well under Johnson. He's been able to do a pretty cool little run here that is actually having somewhat of the reverse sales effect, where sales are going up in cases versus the steady decline. And so, I mean, I wish him success. And this feels like a logical spinoff of some of those things. It feels like an interesting story to be told. Can they screw it up? Sure. They always can. But, you get these announcements for a bunch of other comics, and this one looks like an actual intriguing place to go poke on and see. So, I'm on board with this. I'm interested to see where it goes. Anyway, Hellhunters, again, coming out in December. This is probably the biggest kind of endorsement I've given to a book for a while, but I do like Phillip Kennedy Johnson. He tends to not disappoint. I think it's pretty cool, and I think that consider this the other side of the coin to the narrative that here goes Marvel again with their Nazi rhetoric, but it's World War II. You're fighting Nazis. What are you going to do here? Anyway, you buy this book to sound interesting to you. Let me know. Even if it's not your cup of tea, for sure. Phillip Kennedy Johnson, good guy to get to know. If you ever do get a chance to go to a con, there's a guy to link up with. Decent person. There you go. Controversies out of everything. Thanks for listening.